Hello and welcome hardworking aspirants. Today we are going to discuss about the Gupta age and especially the rulers and administration in Gupta age. Gupta age obviously will start after the Kushanas. We will see there will be the last rulers of the Kushanas, the son of Kanishka, Huviska, and after that also it will last for 100 or 150 years. But after that, it will be the golden age or the golden period of India's ancient history. And here is a question for you. While we saw Kushana's period, at that time also a large number of gold coins were presented by them. But why do we talk about Gupta's period to be only the golden age of India? Why not the Kushana period? Why not the Mauryans? Why not any other? What is the exact answer to this? Comment, and there will be one more question which I'll ask at the end of the class. Okay, but nonetheless, so as we were talking about, these were the Navratnas of Chandragupta II, the Nalanda University, very famous. So we are going to discuss about all this and how the decline of the Guptas will start after the Huna invasion and because of the weaker successors. But before we begin, guys, a quick info. If you are preparing for TSPSC Group 1 or for Group 2 or even for UPSC CSE 2026-27, this is the opportunity for you guys. Yes, you can get straight away 50% discount right now. You have to just do one thing. You have to call on the numbers given below and straight away you can get this discount and call to inquire for more information. So let's get started with the rise of the Gupta Empire. And basically there is one contradiction about the founder and the real founder. Now what is this story about the founder and the real founder? So basically it is believed that the Gupta Empire was founded in the 3rd century Common Era and it was founded by Sri Gupta. Now Sri Gupta basically at that time is believed to be ruling at a territory near Magadha. Okay. And he was not independent ruler, rather he was a subordinate of the Kushanas, and that is why he is not considered as the real founder. After Sri Gupta there will be his son Ghatotkacha, okay, and he will also not be considered as the real founder. Rather Sri Gupta and Ghatotkacha had taken a title which was Maharaja. Okay, and later on we will see the real founder or the Chandragupta first. He will have the title as Maharaja Dhiraj. Okay, Maharaja Dhiraj. So basically Maharaja Dhiraj means what? Maharaja Dhiraj means king of kings or the king of all the rulers. Okay. So basically this was the title, and this also shows us the differentiation between Sri Gupta, Ghatotkacha and also the real founder, that was Chandragupta first, and he is credited to have started this Gupta Empire. Okay. The rise was facilitated by strategic matrimonial alliances, notably by Chandragupta I. He will marry to Lichavi princess Kumaragupta, which helped expand political influence, and that is why Chandragupta I is credited to have done this matrimonial alliances and this diplomatic relationship which helped the Gupta Empire to further expand. The empire grew rapidly under his successor, especially Samudragupta, who expanded territory through military conquest and diplomacy. So you must understand one thing, that the founder was Sri Gupta, but the real founder here is who? He is Chandragupta the first, reigning from 319 to 335 CE, established the empire and expanded through the alliances. He was famous for his matrimonial alliances and also for the diplomatic relationship. Okay, this is something that you should note down. Next we see Samudragupta. Samudragupta from 335 to 375 Common Era. He was famous for his military genius, expanded the empire across northern and eastern India as well. Then will come Chandragupta II, or also he gave himself the title of Vikramaditya. So 375 to 415 will be the time period of his. He will defeat the Sakas. He will also defeat the Kushanas in Bactria. He will promote art and culture, and empire reaches its zenith in the period of Chandragupta II. Then we'll have Kumaragupta. Nothing so very substantial. He maintains stability, but at the later period he will also face the initial Huna invasions. And then will be the Skandagupta, who repelled the Hunas, and he was the last strong ruler before the decline of the Gupta period. Now let's talk about the Chandragupta I. Chandragupta I is recognized as the real founder of the Gupta Empire, ascending the throne around 319 Common Era and initiating the Gupta Empire. His reign marked the unification of smaller kingdoms into a strong centralized empire in northern and central India. And if I can just enlarge this map for you, and if you can see it, at first the Sri Gupta's territory, you will only see it is around the Magadha. Then you see the Chandragupta I's territory. It is also having the parts of Ayodhya, Prayag, modern day Prayagraj or Allahabad, what you want to call, that was under them. And then Samudragupta's conquest, you see it is expanded a lot while the Samudragupta's period, and you see that is what was the Gupta Empire at that time. Okay, so this map is very important. And by the way, if you want this PDF for free, you can join our Shikara Academy Telegram channel, and in the Telegram channel you can get this PDF for free. Anyways, so this is the map that you see. So as we have already said that Chandragupta I was very famous for his marriage alliance. His marriage to Kumara Devi, who was a Lichavi princess, was a pivotal alliance that brought political and legitimacy, territorial gains and resources to the Guptas. The alliance enhanced the dynasty's prestige and enabled expansion over key regions such as Magadha, Prayag and also the Saket. So these were the areas that you should remember were expanded. By whom? It was expanded by Chandragupta I. What about the political and administrative innovations? Chandragupta first introduced new coinage system. He will also introduce the coins with his wife Kumara Devi, and he adopted the grand title of Maharaja Dhiraj, great king of kings, that we have already discussed. We will also see this period to be the cultural renaissance. Renaissance basically means a new beginning in a new way. Okay, it's a modern term which was rather a European term when there was this revolution. Okay, so that time it was used. Nonetheless, so the next Gupta ruler that we are going to study is Samudragupta. Samudragupta was the son of Chandragupta I, and he was also known as the Napoleon of India due to his military prowess and extensive conquest. He expanded the empire dramatically, conquering most of the northern and eastern India, and he is mentioned in the Allahabad pillar inscription. Allahabad pillar inscription was composed by his court poet Harisena, and here we have the details of his conquest and achievements of the military warfare that he did. So Allahabad pillar inscription, here you can see, and it was originally installed by Asoka, and we also find this Samudragupta's inscription here, and that was inscribed by whom? It was inscribed by his court poet Harisena. Harisena will be there as the court poet also at the time of Chandragupta II, and Harisena was also one of the Navaratnas or the 9 gems of Chandragupta II that you should keep in your mind. So what were these military conquests of the Samudragupta? 5 very notable military conquests have been noted there. Number 1 is the Samudragupta defeating numerous kings in the Ganga Yamuna Deva, uprooted 9 Naga rulers and annexed their territories. So basically it is represented by 9 skulls, okay, and he defeated these Naga rulers, and it was in the Ganga and Yamuna Doab. The second is the 5 frontier state, okay, the 5 frontier states where it will also include the rulers in the eastern Himalayas, Assam, Bengal and Punjab, who will surrender and acknowledge the supremacy of Samudragupta. And then we have this in central India in the Vindhya region. He forced forest kingdoms into submission, paving the way for his southern campaigns. This was known as Avatika campaign, and then the expedition of Dachinapatha. Okay, So this is known as Dachinapath or the southward expedition, where he will reach as far as Kanchipuram in Tamil Nadu, where he defeat the Pallavas but reinstate them as vassals. Okay, so he was not going to annex their territory, rather he reinstates them and asks for the tribute or homage to be paid. And there was a fifth war also that is mentioned, that is against the Sakas and the Kushanas. Okay, so these were the 5 major military achievements of Samudragupta that was also mentioned there on the Allahabad pillar inscription. When we see the administration and diplomacy, we'll see his military prowess was very high and superior in consideration to the others at that time, and he will not only be defeating the indigenous Indian rulers, but he will also be defeating the foreign invaders like the Sakas and the Kushanas. Samudragupta was a patron of Sanskrit literature. He believed in the Hindu rituals and the arts, helping him to ignite a cultural renaissance. You must also know that he had the title of Kabiraj because he was believed to be a good poet. He also he was also known to be a good magician because we find his coins where he is holding veena in his hand. Okay, so because of that we can also say that he was a good magician as well. And his court attracted scholars, artists contributing to the flourishing literature, and he is characterized the one of the pillar that the Gupta golden age was. After Samudragupta, it will be the time of Chandragupta II or Vikramaditya, and he was one of the greatest Gupta emperors. He will expand the empire to its greatest territorial extent, notably by defeating the western Satrapas, that is the Sakas, and when he will defeat the Sakas, he will give himself a title as a Sakari. Sakari is the one who defeated the Sakas, and annexing Gujarat, Malwa and Maharashtra, securing viral trade routes and access to the western ports. A strategic marriage to the Naga princess Sukubera Naga and alliance with the Vakatakas, where he will marry his daughter Prabhavati Gupta. Okay, and he will marry her to Rudra Sen II. Okay, so that is also very important. We'll see that in detail. So the administration and governance, when we talk about it, Chandragupta II maintained a decentralized administrative system, and his council of ministers, that is the Mantri Parishad, ensured efficient governance and resource allocation. When we talk about the cultural and economic prosperity as its time, his reign marked the peak of the Gupta golden age with flourishing art, architecture. The court hosted the legendary Navaratnas or the 9 gems, including the celebrated Sanskrit poet Kalidasa, and at that time it is believed that Kalidasa wrote Meghadutam. Advancement in temple architecture, sculptures seen at Udaigiri took place during his rule, and trade and commerce thrived with the extensive network connecting India to the Southeast Asia, the Roman Empire and the Central Asia. So these are the Navaratnas. Here you can see, you will see here Harish Sen is there, you will see here Kalidasa is there, you will see here Sushrut to be here, and many other notable are also there. In the next class, where we will be discussing the art, the architecture and the other things of the Gupta period, there we will do it in very detail. So the religious and social policies, when we see about Chandragupta II, then here he is also talked about in the iron pillar. Okay, there is an iron pillar. Today it is in the Qutub Minar complex in Mehrauli. Okay, there we see it is inscribed about Chandragupta II there. And one more point, that he will have the matrimonial alliances with the Vakataka ruler. Okay, where he will marry his daughter Prabhavati Gupta. So Prabhavati, when will be married with the Vakataka ruler or Rudra Sen II, after that he will form an alliance with Rudra Sen II. Who? Chandragupta II will form an alliance with Rudra Sen II, and both of this alliance will fight against the Saka ruler Rudra Simha III. Okay, they will fight against Rudra Simha III, and they will defeat, they too will defeat Rudra Simha III, and that will be the end of the Sakas in India. And this Rudra Simatvi, he was in the West India part, and Vakatakas were in the Deccan part. Obviously this Western India part will come under the control of Chandragupta II, and when it will come under the control of Chandragupta II, what we will see that the trade ports such as the Broch, the Sopara, the Cambe, okay, these are important, please write it, the Broch, Sopara and the Cambe, all of these will be under the rulership of Chandragupta II. And the trade that was happening, the trade of the clothes from Bengal, indigo from Bihar, silk from Banaras, and then from saint from the Himalayas, the spices from the South India. Okay, all of this trade will now be controlled directly by Chandragupta II, and it will be the trade with the Roman Empire to the India. And that trade, when it is controlled by the Guptas, that will give them immense amount of gold, because what they are giving is the goods, and what they are receiving is not the goods but the gold in return. So that is one of the very important point that you should remember because of this matrimonial alliances. And it is later on said that this Rudra Sen too dies, and after he dies his son is very young. So Prabhavati Gupta will take over this Vakatakas, and it is said that she has inscribed at various places as not herself assigning as a Vakatakan, rather as someone who was a descendant of Gupta Empire. So that part of Deccan was also now ruled by whom? It was ruled by the Guptas themselves. Guys, there is a lot many topics here to be explained, but on YouTube, because of the time constraint, it's really not possible. If you really want it to be read in very detailed, you need to join our live classes for that. Anyways, so after the Chandragupta II, we'll see Kumaragupta. Kumaragupta was the son of Chandragupta II, ruled during a period of stability and prosperity. He expanded the Gupta Empire through military campaigns, and he also faced the initial Hunas invasion, the white Hunas that attacked India, successfully repelling them during his reign, though these threats persisted after his death also, and it will be taken over by his son. Kumaragupta I implemented administrative reforms promoting a decentralized structure that we have already seen. The empire was divided into provinces, that is the Bhuktis, and districts, that is the Vishayas. Please understand these nomenclature or these terminologies, these are arcs. So the provinces were known as the Bhuktis and the districts were known as the Vishayas, governed by officials such as the Mahadandanayaka, that is the Chief Justice, and the Sandhi Vigrihaka, that is the Foreign Minister. So these nomenclature terminologies are very important, don't miss them. The era of Kumaragupta was significant in the economic growth. There will be this agriculture will also flourish, and the issuance of gold, silver and copper coins that reflected stability. Kumaragupta I is renowned for founding Nalanda University, which became a major center of Buddhist center and attracted scholars from across Asia. This is very important. The Nalanda University today, India is again trying to build that up. Okay, so Kumaragupta I was the one who founded it, and he supported Hinduism, especially the worship of Vishnu, Shiva and Kartikeya, while also patronizing Buddhist and Jain tradition, reflecting religious tolerance of that time. So Gupta period, you will also see this religious tolerance is again continuing. What continued till now, what we have seen. Then we will see his son Skandagupta was the last powerful ruler of the Gupta dynasty. He is best known for his successful defense against two major threats. One was the Pushyamitra and the second was the Huns, who had begun invading India during his father Kumaragupta's later years. And his victories restored Gupta supremacy across much of the subcontinent as recorded in the Bhitari pillar inscriptions. The Skandagupta assumed grand titles such as Vikramaditya, Devaraj and Sakapan, reflecting his military prowess and divine status. Kumaragupta I is renowned for founding Nalanda University, which became a major center. The Junagadh or the Girnar inscription mentions public works including repairs of the Sudarsana Lake by Governor Parnadatta. So these are the important points, and this is the Nalanda University that you can see here. Well, the decline and legacy that will happen, it will happen because of two a very strong reason. The number one reason being the Huna invasion, and the second reason obviously that happens with all the empires is the weak successor or the weaker successors that we will see in the case of the Guptas too. So this is the Huna invasion. Huna invasion we have already done in very detail when we have done the topics of the foreign invasion in India, and we started from the Persian Empire or the Achaemenid Empire with that was followed by Macedonian Empire or the attack of the Alexander. Then we saw the Seleucid Empire or Seleucus Nicator. After that we saw the Scythians or the Sakas. Then was the Parthians or the Pahlavas. Then we saw the Yuji tribe or the Kushanas or Kanishka, and after that we saw the Huns or the Hunas. Okay, so we have already done all these classes. You can see in the playlist. Let's see some of the questions. Who was the first Gupta ruler to adopt the title of Maharaja Dhiraj? So who was the one who adopted the title of Maharaja Dhiraj? It was the very known Chandragupta first. Remember, Sri Gupta and Ghatotkacha assumed the title of Maharaja, not Maharaja Dhiraj. Okay. Second, the famous Chinese pilgrim Fahin visited India during the rule of which Gupta ruler? What is the right answer? Well, it is Chandragupta II. During his rule, Fahin visited. During the Gupta period, gold coins were called by which of the following names? Well, the name for them were dinaras. The Guptas issued high quality gold coins known as the dinaras. And who among the following was called Napoleon of India? We have seen it. Napoleon of India was Samudragupta. Okay. And the last question, guys, if you want to see the detailed explanation, you can pause the video. Which Gupta ruler is credited with the foundation of the Nalanda University? It is Kumaragupta. Okay, so with this we have come to the end, but it can be the beginning for you if you are preparing for UPSC, TSPSC, APPSC, guys. This is the chance to get one-on-one live mentorship by Deepika ma'am, who is having 20 plus years of experience, and she is one faculty who have guided almost thousands of students, and 100 of them are in services today. So don't waste any time and call on the numbers given below. And guys, if you liked it, please like, comment for any next or the other topics what you want to see, and subscribe so that we meet again. It really means a lot. Thank you.